This one breaks up as the square root of 4 and 2. This breaks up as the square root of 4 and 2. So that would be 3 times 2, square root of 2, which is C. This one breaks up as square root of 4, square root of 3, which is 10 times 2, square root of 3, which is B. On this one, it breaks up as the square root of 4, square root of 6, which is 5 times 2, square root of 6, and the answer is A. Answer on this one, you can break it up as a square root of 16, square root of 3. That would be 16 times 4, which is 64. And the answer is A. A number from 1 to 20 and bring it up. The winning numbers today are 2, 4, 8, 10, and 16. Bring your homework up here. You have to have all the problems finished to get credit. If not, you can do it later and put it in the folder. Homework answer. Oh, first we have to do the homework check. 4 out of 13 is 31%. Now here are the answers. On number 1, it is negative 1 plus square root of 3 plus square root of 2 plus square root of 6 over 3. On number 2, it's going to be negative 4 plus 4 square root of 3 plus 3 square root of 6 minus 9 square root of 2 over 4. And then on number 3, it's negative 127 minus 62 square root of 2 over 367. Notice that you had like terms here and here. Square root of 2, square root of 2, so you can add 42 and 20 to get 62, square root of 2. And 15 and 112 make 127. And then you have to change the sign because of this down here. On this one, it's going to be a negative 88 plus 77 square root of 3 plus 16 square root of 2 minus 14 square root of 6 over 83. And on the bottom, we will have negative 6 minus 9 square root of 2 plus 5 square root of 10 plus 15 square root of 5 over 7. Alright, on this one, number 6, we'll have 28 plus 8 square root of 2 plus 21 square root of 3 plus 6 square root of 6 over 41. And down here we have negative 4 minus 4 square root of 3 minus 3 square root of 2 minus 3 square root of 6 over 3. And then we have 36 plus 8 square root of 3 plus 99 square root of 6 plus 66 square root of 2 over 69. Notice that this had to be reduced here as well before you go on, and then you can do your reductions. Alright, and number 9 is going to be a negative 108 minus, or plus, 96 square root of 2 plus 63 square root of 6 minus 112 square root of 3 over 47. And then here's one that I need to fix. I noticed this first period. I don't think I left myself enough room to finish the problem. But you have to change the sign of everything because of that. So that becomes positive 23. That's negative 6 minus 9 square root of 3 minus 8 square root of 2 minus 12 square root of 6 over positive 23. And the same thing for the problem below it. Negative 27 plus 36 square root of 3 minus 6 square root of 3 and then plus 8 square root of 6 over a positive 23. Also, this square root here should have been square root of 2. I made a typo on that. And down here at the bottom, I have reduced by 3 and changed the sign, but I did not change the denominator, so it should have been a positive 21 there on the bottom. And on this one, another one I didn't leave myself enough room for here. That should be a negative 15 minus 18 square root of 6 minus 20 square root of 5 minus 24 square root of 30 over a positive 191. And then 27 plus 18 square root of 2 plus 6 square root of 3 plus 4 square root of 6. And down at the bottom, negative 8 minus 28 square root of 3 minus 10 square root of 6 minus 105 square root of 2 over 59. To simplify radical expression, here's example 1. 3 plus 2 square root of 2 over 4 minus 5 square root of 8. What must be simplified in this problem before you do anything else? Square root of 8. So we have to simplify that. We've done this many times before. The square root of 8 simplifies to 2 square root of 2. The top stays the same, but on the bottom, remember this is 2 square root of 2. If I multiply it by the 5 that is with it, it becomes 10 square root of 2. Remember that the 8 breaks up as 4 and 2. Square root of 4 is 2. That 2 times the 5 is where we get the 10, and the square root of 2 stays along. What do I multiply the top and the bottom by? 4 plus 10 square root of 2 over 4 plus 10 square root of 2. On the top, you should know by now what the pattern is. The pattern is The pattern is 3 times 4, and then 3 times 10 square root of 2. That should give you 12 plus 30 square root of 2. And then you go with this one here. It's that times 4, and then times 10 square root of 2. Multiply the 2 on the outside by this 4 to get 8, and keep the square root of 2. So that's plus 8 square root of 2. And then on the back end, it's 2 square root of 2 times 10 square root of 2. 2 times 10 is 20. What is square root of 2 times square root of 2? Just 2. So if I have that 2 times the 20 from here, what do I get? Yeah, you would get 40. Remember, this times this is 2. And we also had 2 times 10, which is 20. So 2 times 20 is 40. You could have written 20 square root of 4 and then simplified it later, but we went ahead and did it now. On the bottom, use the trick that we learned. You're multiplying these, which are going to be a difference of 2 squares when you're finished. So multiply 4 by itself and get 16 minus this times itself. 10 squared is 100. Square root of 2 squared is 2. So it's 16 minus 200, which is a negative 184. Now look at what you can simplify. I need a different thing there. There we go. We'll use this. Square root of 2, square root of 2. What can I do with these two terms? You can combine them, yes. If I have 30 square root of 2 and 8 square root of 2, how many square root of 2 do I have? 38. Okay, so we'll put that down. 38 square root of 2. And the other thing I can combine is what?
12 and 40.
12 and 40. Will give me what?
52.
52. And then on the bottom, a negative 184. Can I reduce top to bottom in this fraction? Even, even, and even. They're all even. So you can divide them all by what? 2. And what else do we have to change?
The next sign.
The negative sign. So you can do this all at once. You can cut everything in half and change the sign. So it would be a negative 26 minus 19 square root of 2 over a positive 92. Here's example number 2. We could simplify first, but we're not going to. We're going to go ahead and multiply and leave that unsimplified. Multiply the top and the bottom by 4 plus 2 square root of 8. And then that's on the bottom as well. When you multiply, you'll have 3 times 4, which is 12. And then 3 times this 2 is 6, and keep the square root of 8. Now switch and go to the 3 square root of 6 and multiply it by this 4. 3 times 4 is 12. And the square root of 6 stays along. And then last, you're going to multiply the 3 square root of 6 by 2 square root of 8. 3 times 2 is going to be 6. And then multiply the square roots together. 6 times 8 is 48. On the bottom, you're going to square this to get 16, and then subtract. 2 squared is 4, and then square root of 8 squared is 8. So 16 minus 32 is negative 16. Now on the inside here, you have some simplifying you have to do because we didn't do it at the beginning of the problem. So the 12 stays, but you have this 6 square root of 8. The 6 square root of 8, what does square root of 8 break up into?
4 and 2.
4 and 2, so what's the final thing? 2 square root of 2. And if you multiply the outside 2 by the 6, you get 12 square root of 2. That takes the place of this. And then the 12 square root of 6 is simplified, but you have square root of 48. We've broken this up many times on a warm-up quiz. It's 16 and 3. So it comes out to be 4 square root of 3, but this 6 times that 4 will give me 24. And the square root of 3 stays along. On the bottom, it's still negative 16. Are all of the square roots simplified now?
Yes.
Yes. 12, 12, 12, 24, and 16. What's the highest number that comes out of all of them?
4.
4. 4 is the highest one. And we have to simplify this. So what we need to do is divide everything by 4 and change the sign as we're doing it. So 12 would end up being a negative 3. And then you have another minus 3 square root of 2. Minus 3 square root of 6. 24 divided by 4 is 6, and change the sign. And then on the bottom, 16 divided by 4 is 4. Change the sign. On the practice problem, the square roots are simplified already. So you just need to multiply the top and the bottom by 1 minus 3 square root of 10 over 1 minus 3 square root of 10. On the top, when you multiply, you should get 3 minus 9 square root of 10 plus 2 square root of 2 minus 6 square root of 20. On the bottom, it's going to be 1 minus 9 times 10. That's 1 minus 90, which is a negative 89. You must simplify the square root of 20. That breaks up as 4 and 5. The square root of 4 is 2. So you should end up with 2 square root of 5. And don't forget to multiply the 6 by that 2 to get 12. So 12 square root of 5. There's nothing, any of these numbers here and there, that are going to go into, or something that goes into them other than 1. So all you have left to do is to change the sign. You should have a negative 3 plus 9 square root of 10 minus 2 square root of 2 plus 12 square root of 5 over a positive 89. On this bonus problem, when you square this quantity, you have to square the 3 to get 9. When you square the square root of 2, you just get 2. So the answer is 18. The answer to this bonus is that you square the 4 to get 16 and square the square root of 3 to get 3. So your answer is 48. On the bonus, you square the 2 to get 4 and then square the square root of 5 to get 5. Should be 20. On the practice problem, multiply the top and the bottom by 2 plus 3 square root of 2. And then go back to the top and multiply to get 6 plus 9 square root of 2 plus 4 square root of 5 plus 6 square root of 10. On the bottom, you'll have 4 minus 9 times 2. Which is 4 minus 18, that's a negative 14. And don't forget that this right here is one bonus problem because you're multiplying it by itself there. That's why we do those bonus problems. And this, you have to square it to get 4. It's a difference of 2 squares, so we'll have 4 minus 18. Now, all of the square roots are simplified. We have 6, 9, 4, 6, and 14. We could divide by 2, except we have that 9. So you have to change the signs, since we have this on the bottom, to get negative 6 minus 9 square root of 2 minus 4 square root of 5 minus 6 square root of 10 over 14. The bonus problem, you have to square it. Square the 4 to get 16, and if you square the square root of 10, you get 10. So the answer should be 160, not 26. You do not add these together. Here's another bonus. Square the 3 to get 9, and then square the square root of 8 to just get 8. So it should be 72. Answer on this one is A. Answer should be C. The answer should be D. Answer to this one should be B. No more time for another practice problem. They're too long, so we'll just go straight to the end of the class. Answer is 50. Answer on this one is B.